Hello, magical butterflies. This is Xtina from Butterfly Intuition Divine Guidance. I hope you are having a magical day, night, or afternoon. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you are subscribed, please make sure you have the bell notification set so you can be notified when I post a new video. If you are interested in booking a guidance reading or a guidance session with me, you can book a reading and session in my Etsy shop. The link to my Etsy shop is listed below, along with my list of services. If you are interested in purchasing one of the decks I created or the Twin Flame music deck I co-created with my soul sister, if you are in the United States, you can purchase them in my Etsy shop. If you are international, I have a special ordering link for you below. My Instagram, my Patreon butterfly community, my Facebook, my blog website, and my donation links are listed below. This reading is going to be a Twin Flame collective reading. This is going to be general, so this can apply to Twin Flames regardless of where they're at in the journey. Please use your own discernment when watching this video. Please only take the message or messages that speak directly to your soul, and what doesn't speak directly to your soul, release it and let it fly. So this collective reading I'm doing for Twin Flames is for guidance on union with self and union with your twin flame. I'm going to start with union with self because twin flames must come into union with themselves before union with their twin flame can happen. So first, we're going to get into what do you need to do and how do you get there. So what do you need to do to get into union with self, and how do you get there, and how do you stay there? So I'm going to be using two decks. For this, I'm going to use the True Love Reading cards by Belinda Grace and the Tea Leaf cards. Life purpose. So one of the ways you can get to union with self is aligning with your life purpose. One of the many lessons that you learn on the Twin Flame journey is to find your purpose in life, to align with what you're meant to do with mission work and career, and to follow that path and to align yourself with who you are meant to be and what you are meant to do. So in the month of December, now this could be this past December or December that is coming up this year, take it as it resonates with you. December could be when you decided to change your perception of this connection, or you had a decision either made for you with the loss of a job, or you decided that you want to look for something better. So your twin flame awakens you to finding your purpose in that area of life, and you inspire them to do the same. With crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. So you will have a rebirth or a new birth of something new. So you're either going to find a new job in a completely different career field or a different company, or if you have a business or you want to start your own business, you're going to take that chance to birth this new enterprise. The next thing is chivalry. True love, romance, courting someone. You start to realize that chivalry is what you want. You really look into how you want to be treated, because your twin flame awakens you to seeing your self-worth, your value, and just seeing that chivalry is not dead. Somebody who respects you, who sends you little love notes, buys you flowers, takes you to nice places, does things for you because they love you. You want someone that honors you and respects you. And with lightning, control your anger or you will be sorry. So you start to see the pattern of ego. If your twin flame is not doing this and you start to see that you want this chivalry energy, you can lash out at them either physically with words or you can do it energetically. So you learn to identify the ego. You learn to identify the ego is the biggest block, and shifting from ego to intuition is definitely going to help you get on the road to union with self. The distorted feminine. So when the masculine and the feminine separate, the feminine does go into this distorted energy. She is hurt. She is heartbroken. She does not understand why her masculine ghosted her, but she finds things in her life that just don't resonate with her, and it's up to her to pick up the pieces and to put herself back together. So February, and I'm just feeling February is coming through because I'm just being shown Valentine's Day. So Valentine's Day is coming through just to remind you to not count on your twin flame to bring you the love that you deserve, that you have to bring in this love of self to you, that you fill up your own cup of love. Your twin flame does not fill up your own cup of love, and no one else can. And that helps you get into this tree energy, affairs with your family. So you start to see a pattern, and you may start to have to heal inner child wounds, seeing something with your family, learning to forgive your parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, sisters, brothers, of any problems that you had in the past or are currently having. You start to build a new family tree and keep those around you who resonate with you and just have your highest and greatest good at heart. And you start to pull away from those who do not, because you start to really trust your intuition, and you start to get out of the distorted feminine energy and get more into the divine feminine energy. Next is the sacred woman. So I'm really just hearing the word wisdom with this card. So having the wisdom, seeing the lesson, seeing the blessing, understanding that this twin flame connection is here to help awaken you, to get you on your path. And it's helping to awaken your twin flame as well as getting them on your path, their path, and helping the two of you just ascend in this lifetime and clear the karma that the two of you need to clear. And what that brings is the eagle, triumph over troubles and obstacles, because as you get on the road to union with self, working on yourself, seeing the lesson, understanding that any mistakes you made are just mistakes if you don't learn from them, but if you learn from them, then they turn into lessons, and then you take that knowledge and you're able to triumph over this obstacle. And through a tower moment, everything falls into place for you, and you start to build a solid foundation, and you start to have success with effort because you start building your empire, because you're in the sacred woman energy. And I'm just drawn to the green heart on her hand. You heal the heart chakra. The heart chakra becomes open and balanced, where you have an even flow of unconditional love coming in and out of you, because you're in union with self and you have that love of self. And you start to see that you don't need anyone else to make you feel loved and happy and secure, that you can provide that energy for yourself. And you start to gain a new perception on this twin flame connection, and you start to release any codependency, any attachments, and you don't put the focus on your twin flame anymore. You start to put the focus on yourself. So now let's get into what needs to be released in order for union with self to come in, and really just for union with self to stay. Because you could find union with self, but you may not stay in that space because of fear. So fear is always brought on by the ego. So let's just see what needs to be released and surrendered. I'm going to be using the Twin Flame Shadows by Mystic Moon Oracles and the Power of Surrender cards by Judith Orloff. So first, you have Unlovable and surrender your addictions. When you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overthinking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. So when you feel unlovable, when you feel you're not worthy, and your twin flame could feel this too because you both are a mirror to each other, you wear a mask and you hide. And you can get addicted to substances such as alcohol, drugs. You can overeat, stress eat. You can be with karmic people, having just sex with karmics. Maybe putting all your time and energy into working to not deal with your problems. So going within to see what is causing you to be unlovable is the start. Where does that energy stem from? You have to start looking back from when you were a child. Did you feel loved as a child? Did you get the love that you needed from both of your parents and all of the adults and family members that were around you? Then as you do that, you start to look at your friends in school, when you started to date, through high school, through college, and into your adult life. What made you not feel unlovable? What turned you into this addiction, especially when people overdo it with substances and alcohol and even just food? That's a addiction to medicate yourself from not dealing with your problems. Because if you see people who have a big drug or alcohol problem, they mask their problems with the drug or alcohol or both, and they never truly work on themselves. So identifying the trigger and being able to surrender that addiction, whatever it is, no matter how big or small, and if it is a huge one such as an addiction to a substance or alcohol, rehab may be an answer to help you get clear-headed and to help you get on the road to recovery, to really talk to a professional to help you get down that road. Okay, so next is judgmental and surrender worry. Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body, focus on the power of your heart, and have faith that Spirit is guiding you always. So it's time to take the blindfold off. It's time to stop judging yourself, your twin flame, and everyone around you. And it's time to really just surrender what scares you that gets you into this judgmental energy. Because when you're in this energy, you're in ego, you're letting your ego come in with fearful stories that are not true. You start to get anxiety. You start to tell yourself that your twin flame doesn't love you. They don't want to be with you. You start to really just pick yourself apart. So Spirit wants you to take off the blindfold, to see yourself for who you truly are, to see this twin flame connection for what it truly is, so you can surrender these worries, the anxieties, the fear, the doubt, anything that the ego brings in, so you're able to clear it and start working on healing. Okay, there's two cards that came out, so I'll pull the first one, Haunted. This is really just replaying the past, living in the past. And surrender your desire to control people is the clarifier. Being over-controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. So when you're in codependency and being attached to an outcome, a timeline, having an expectation of what you feel your twin flame should say or do or give you, you do stay in this haunted energy where you relive the past. You actually can never get off the escalator. You keep going up and down, up and down, up and down, because you're trying to control your person. You're trying to control your twin flame to come to you, to send you a message, to reconcile with you, and you put the focus completely on them, and that causes a huge block, and it causes you to stay stuck, which is why you can't get off the escalator. So for you to successfully have a goal to release this energy, you do need to back off. You do need to leave your twin flame alone, especially if you're constantly messaging them or sending them messages through like social media, through text, and then they start blocking you. That is when you need to back off and regroup and go, whoa, why is this happening? Why am I being blocked? What is this teaching me? And when you give it some breathing room, you start to go in and self-reflect, so you can release this energy, so you can get off the escalator once and for all. And the last thing that needs to be released is unstable, and that is clarified to surrender to complete healing. Open fully to the loving and compassionate forces of the universe that supports your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. So what I'm getting from this card is your energy is unstable when you're in the energy of codependency, attachment, because you're completely focused on your twin flame. You're not doing your work. You're not doing your healing work. You're not being in self-love. You're resisting union with self because you want to skip over union with self to get into union with your twin flame. And unfortunately, it just doesn't work like that. You have to gain union with self first. You have to be able to overcome this obstacle and surrender to complete healing. So your energy can go from unstable to stable, and then you get an even flow, and you start to just go with the flow. You start to trust your intuition more. You start to just trust the universe more, and just knowing that whatever is meant to happen in this twin flame connection is going to happen when it's time and how it's intended. Because if you and your twin flame are meant to come back together in this lifetime, I truly believe you will, because nothing can stop what's fated and destined, because the universe knows best. But it's a matter of being open to it and allowing it to transcribe and transfer and transition into what needs to be done in order for this to shift and come into alignment. Because when you're constantly looking for something, when you're constantly waiting for it, if you're constantly poking the bear and being codependent and being attached to an outcome, an expectation, and a timeline, you actually will delay it. You can block it. You can even self-sabotage it where it's not going to come to you, because you have to allow your twin flame to make that free will decision to come towards you. You can't force it, and you don't want to force it. You don't want someone to come back to you because they feel like they have to or they're obligated. You want them to come back to you because they want to. And that's when you shift out of this energy and get into union with self. You start to see that you don't want someone to just choose you, because there should never be a choice. They should just want to be with you. Because sometimes people get stuck and just wait around for their twin flame to see their worth, to see their value, and to choose them over a karmic. You don't want your twin flame to choose you. There should never be a choice. And if there is, then that is a lesson your twin flame needs to learn. And that is when you will have to just take a step back and focus on yourself and say, you know what, you can't make a choice between me and that karmic. Well, guess what? I'm going to choose myself, and I'm going to walk away. And that's when you give the situation some breathing room, and you let your twin flame go down the road of their healing to see why they're in this energy of wanting to choose between you and another person. Always choose yourself. And when you start choosing yourself, you start choosing your happiness. That's when you can get into union with self, and you can stay there. So next, I'm going to bring forth guidance messages for you on just what guidance, advice, Spirit has for you when it comes to union with self, just what they want you to know, any action steps you may be guided to take. So I'm going to be using the Twin Flame Angel Numbers by Mystic Moon Oracles and the Moonology deck by Yasmin Bolin. So your first message is number 533. A change in scenery may help to clear the mind. A short trip for vacation may be helpful. So what I'm getting with this card is that you may need to change the scenery. You may need to shift out of the energy that you're currently in. You may need to go on a short trip or take a vacation, or you just need to change the scenery in the sense where instead of the scenery being what is my twin flame doing, shift the scenery to what am I doing. And if you're able to do that, you will, with new moon in Scorpio, be able to work through your fears. Because it's new moon energy, you will be able to reset yourself. You will start to work on yourself, and you will start to work through your fears instead of running away from them. The next message is 2020. Remain optimistic about your connection. Your true heart's desire is on the horizon. So 2020 is perfect vision. So you need to see things as they truly are, but you also need to trust what you're seeing through your third eye, and you have to remain optimistic about the connection. You can't get into the ego, you can't get in fear, because what you desire is on the horizon. What is meant to be in this connection is on the horizon. You have to hold your vision. If reconnecting with your twin flame is something that you want, you have to hold that vision so you can align with that energy to bring that back into your situation, into your life, so you can manifest some type of interaction in the 3D physical world with your twin flame. Because a lot of people get stuck in the 5D, they're seeing everything happen in the 5D, And the 5D, you're always in union with your twin flame in the 5D, but it's always different in the 3D because there's healing and self-love work that has to be done and coming into union with self, and of course, free will decision. So you really have to remain optimistic and hold your vision to allow what is meant to be to come in. And with 2, 3, 4, your twin is leveling up their energy in order to match yours and will face you when the time is right. So your twin flame is just not ready to face you. So that is for those that are in complete separation, little to no communication. Your twin flame has to level up their energy to be a vibrational match for you, because you don't want them to come back prematurely if they're not ready, because then the two of you replay the same pattern over and over again. And you have to remember that nothing is yet set in stone, that nothing stays the same, because energy changes daily. And it's what you and your twin flame put out into the universe. And if you two are in ego, or if you two are in fear, or if free will decisions are being made to go in another direction, things are not going to align. So it's really important to just allow things to unfold naturally and not have any expectations or attachments. And your last guidance message is 2424. Be patient as your angels are working to reveal your life's purpose and mission to you. So as you go into this union with self energy, your life purpose, your mission work is coming into fruition. And what that is doing, it's going to help you have a personal issue reach resolution. Full moon in Cancer, so it's going to be illuminated to you. It's going to help you heal past wounds. It's going to help you heal your heart and get into that energy so you can align with your life purpose and your mission work. And when you do that, you get into union with self, and you actually thank your twin flame for showing you the way to this next chapter of your life. So I'm going to close out the section for union with self with self-care, guidance messages, and some channeled affirmation cards. So I'm going to be using the Sacred Self-Care Oracle by Jill Pyle and the Shine from the Inside Oracle by Brittany Carmichael. And I had one card fly out from the Sacred Self-Care Oracle, so I put that to the side. The card that flew out was Sound Healing, number 47, which equals an 11, and 11 is the number of new beginnings. It's also the twin flame number. So Sound Healing, I'm really just drawn to the colors around her. I'm really just feeling chakra balancing can help with sound healing. Like maybe listen to meditation music with sounds like sound bowls or any type of bell. And that is going to help you release self-doubt and let go of fear, and to really help you just release what keeps you from coming into union with self and going to the next phase of your life. And write a gratitude list, number 55, which equals a 10, and 10s are about new cycles starting. So if you start writing a gratitude list when you see fit, some people like to do it every day to reflect on the day, writing down 5 things you're grateful for that happened. That's going to help you practice feng shui and create a sacred space into your life. When you practice feng shui, you are very aware of the energy in your sacred space, in your home. It could be anywhere in your home, it could be everywhere in your home. You become grateful for the things that you have, and just creating a sacred space that just keeps you in your zen. And flow like water, number 24, which equals a 6. This is just showing me to go with the flow and don't try to force the river, and just let go of control and relax into the flow. So just go with the flow. Be in that gratitude, grateful energy, thanking your twin flame for all the messages that they have taught you and what you needed to learn in order to grow, to get into this energy of union with self. All right, so that is what I have for guidance messages from Spirit for union with self. So next we're going to get guidance messages for union with your twin flame. So this is guidance messages that is going to help you prepare yourself for union with your twin flame. And union with your twin flame can only happen once you achieve union with yourself. Unfortunately, you cannot skip union with self. You have to come into union with self first. And I'm using a tarot spread I found on Pinterest for this. So this is really just going to help you just see what Spirit has for you. So we're going to start with, what do you really want from this union? So what do you really want from this union with your twin flame? I'm going to be using the Arrows of Love Oracle by Mystic Moon. With autumn, I'm hearing you want to harvest and have something new. And you want to be able to speak your truth with your twin flame, and you want your twin flame to be able to speak their truth to you. A heart-to-heart conversation to really talk things through. You want to be front and center in their life in the physical 3D world, and you want them to be front and center in your life in the physical 3D world. You want this connection to revive itself and come back around. You want to shed the guarded energy that the two of you have been in, and you know that this connection is protected. You know that the angels are helping both of you with your healing and coming back around. You want to honor that the promise that the two of you made in the soul contract when the two of you came into this lifetime. You want to put your heart on the line and express your feelings to your twin flame because you see a future with this person. You know this is the real deal. You know this is the love of a lifetime. You know this is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. So you're looking to settle down, to have a commitment, to get married, to have children, to blend families together if you both already have children, either together or with other people. But you see a happily ever after, a fairy tale, and you know this is the real deal, and you trust it, and you know that your twin flame is the one that you want to be with, and you are committed to seeing if the two of you can align your energies and your paths to reconnect and reconcile in the 3D physical world. So next, we're going to look into, what are you not seeing clearly about your twin flame? So once you achieve union with self, you start to shift your perspective, and sometimes you will see things differently because you will see that your twin flame is being shown to you in a different light because you're healed and you're on your way to healing. You're not in ego, you're not in codependency, any attachment energy. You're seeing things for what they are. So what does that make you not see clearly, or maybe what you didn't see clearly about your twin flame in the past? So you see that they didn't have the strength to come towards you, that they chose to be the little scared lamb instead of being the lion. And it made you doubt that this 10 of Cups energy would ever come in. But now that you have shifted out of this energy, you have released the attachments and expectations you had, and that is helping you close a cycle and to find the wisdom to be able to start fresh and to start new and to put an end to the deception and have it illuminated to you so you can have victory and success over your fears. So you really shift your perspective. Even if things continue to happen with your twin flame, you start to see, okay, what is this teaching me? What am I supposed to know? Like you overcome it a lot faster because you're not in the old energy of codependency and being scared. You're really going into your intuition to say, okay, this is happening, or this isn't happening, or things didn't happen the way I wanted it to, but you don't spiral out of control anymore. You're just able to see things more clearly because you've shifted out of that ego energy. Okay, so next we're going to get, what would your life be like if you and your twin flame got together? So what would your life be like if you and your twin flame reconciled in the 3D physical world and came together in union? Now this is permanent union, not temporary. What would it be like? What do you envision? 6 of Cups, memories and reunion, and 3 of Cups, celebration and community. So you would reconcile, and it would be a celebration. The two of you would come together. You would be public. You wouldn't hide your relationship from your loved ones. Even celebration could, I'm seeing a wedding too. And it would be a very beautiful reconnection because the spark is still there between the two of you. And the Ace of Wands just shows me a love offer. Now, when you overly look at what your life would be like if you and your twin flame are together, sometimes your ego is going to come in with mind games and can get you back into that energy where you start to control the outcomes. So if that happens, because sometimes it does, Spirit wants you to just shift it into the Four of Wands energy and to just allow this foundation and commitment to build itself on its own. And it's really going to help bring tranquility ahead for you, to help you release the Queen of Swords energy that might rear its ugly head, and continue with this death and transformation and this new beginning in your twin flame connection to help the healing and recovery energy for the both of you. It will help shed defense mechanisms, so that way the two of you can actually reconcile in the physical. You two will be able to work things out, and you two will be able to plan and decide how you two want to move forward in the future. So next, I'm going to get, how does your twin flame truly feel about you? So I'm going to use 2 message decks to bring forth channeled messages from your twin flame's higher self to you. I'm going to use the twin flame messages. Actually, they're the twin flame journey messages, volumes 1 and 2 by Mystic Moon. You still hold a piece of my heart. I just wasn't ready for you. So in the past, your twin flame wasn't ready for you, but now, in the present, you still hold a piece of their heart. Am I good enough for you? If I knew then what I know now, I would have made different choices. So your person regrets what they did, but they're still questioning, am I good enough for you? And I think that's one of the reasons they chose to go in another direction. See, I'm sorry I held myself back with you, so they know that they held themselves back. They may have ghosted you, chose to go in another connection. I don't know how I feel anymore. So sometimes they get scared, but they know that they held themselves back. And by saying, I don't know how I feel anymore, they just don't know what to do. I just feel like they're too much in their head, especially if you're dealing with an air sign. You are special to me, even though I told you otherwise. And I feel damaged, like I just can't do this. So the reason why they made you feel like you weren't special or they couldn't tell you is because they feel damaged and they just didn't feel like they were good enough, and they maybe felt like they weren't worthy of you, because a lot of divine masculines will do that. They'll put their feminine on a pedestal and just make her like appear as this beautiful goddess that is untouchable, that they can't measure up to. And that's just insecurity. But your person knows that he made a huge mistake, or she made a huge mistake. Lying was just easier for me than telling you the truth. So they know they made a huge mistake in lying, keeping things from you. And then they know that they caused a huge disconnect in this connection, because they're still haunted by their actions, but they can't ignore the signs they're receiving any longer. So they are constantly being reminded of you. They're constantly being shown your name. Songs are reminding them. If the two of you live or work close together, your twin flame is being reminded of you, and it is definitely drawing them back in. And I feel you are also getting signs and synchronicities about them as well. And the telepathic connection between the two of you is very strong. So I'm going to close out this reading with, where is this twin flame connection going in the future? So this is going to be possible future energy on where the twin flame connection is going to go in the future once you have gotten into union with self and you have committed to your healing and your self-love work. I'm going to be using the Crystal Visions Tarot, and remember, possible future energy is just that. Possible future energy. It is not set in stone, because energy does change daily, and it will depend on if you and your twin flame do your work, follow your guidance, and make the free will decision to come together. The Six of Swords shows me you both are going to release what no longer serves you, and you two are going to walk away from what has kept this connection stuck. The two of you are going to have a rebirth in your lives. The masculine is going to be able to slay his dragons because he will want to return to his divine feminine. This will happen after they both experience a tower moment where a new beginning and some type of love offer or communication comes in to bring balance into this connection. You both will want to work on this connection and bring in a solid beginning to build a new foundation. The Ace of Pentacles shows me the masculine is going to bring some type of love offer. He will send some type of message to his feminine to bring an ending to this cycle that they have been in, because he will have closed out a cycle. The Knight of Swords shows me that he will find the courage to make this decisive action so the world can bring in this transformation and bring in a new beginning with both masculine and feminine. That is also confirmed by the sun, that the sun will shine again, and that the heavy burdens will be lifted, and he will be able to come towards you with this Ace of Cups. So I do hope this reading has brought you clarity and guidance on what guidance twin flames need at this time, whenever you're watching this, for union with self and union with your twin flame. If this resonated, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section below. If it didn't, no worries. Hopefully I will tap into your energy and on you and your twin flame in my next twin flame collective reading. Or if you feel guided to, you can book a reading or a session with me. I do offer twin flame guidance readings, and I do twin flame healing guidance sessions, where if you want to work on what is blocking you and your connection to help you get on the road to union with self, if you feel guided to work with me, you can book a reading or a session. Love and light to you.